What up, my friends? Down here at the Pond of the Goose. Whew, I almost didn't come down. I got like these little stressors going on. You know, everything's pretty good and, you know, life is alright, but there's like little stuff here and there that kind of gets my mind like racing and stuff, you know, like my son, he's having a little stress because, you know, a couple of his friends, he's a junior in high school, and, you know, he's having stress because a couple of his friends are saying they already know what they want to do, and he's worried he doesn't know what he wants to do. And so I had made a few suggestions to him, and, you know, he had a little snap where he's, you know, I was talking, he's like, I don't want to. And, you know, normally I would flip out and be like, who the hell are you yelling about? And I was like, hey man, it's okay. I understand you're stressed. And, you know, I handled it pretty good. And, you know, his conscience weighs heavy on him when he does stuff like that. You know, he's very empathetic, somewhat, you know, he feels his emotions. He's young, he's 16 years old. And, you know, he gets instantly upset after he like yelled at me, snapped at me, whatever you want to call it. And, you know, I could see tears coming down, you know, starting, and he's trying to hold him in. And I go, hey, man, it's okay. You know, that's just your conscience showing you that you're not doing the right thing there. You know, obviously it doesn't feel good yelling, blah, 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 blah. You know, snapping, really, you know. But anyway, we talked through that, and I just kind of explained to him why I was suggesting the things that I was suggesting because he didn't really have, you know, any direction of where to go. And I just wanted to kind of give him some options. And then, of course, you know, my daughter's car she got into an accident a while back when she first went to school. Her mom got her another car. It was a high mileage Audi SUV. I said it was a bad idea, but this, you know, I can't say anything. She was buying it, you know, and now the engine blew. And so, you know, I'm stressing about that because she's going to go back up to Maine to her school with no car now. And, you know, my son needs braces, I need new teeth, blah, 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 blah. You know, and it just gets stressful. And then I think back of, you know, because what happens is I start thinking back of all the money I wasted. You know, I'm a former drug addict, alcoholic, criminal type degeneracy in my life. And, you know, there's a lot of regrets from there because, you know, the money that I spent, the time and the effort that I wasted on that for years. And, you know, I'm 6.5 years into being away from booze and alcohol, drugs, all that stuff, and the lifestyle. And, you know, it takes some time to repair. You know, it does. It takes some time to get to a point. And, you know, I mean, I was out there for well over a decade. 6.5 years probably isn't enough. But, you know, I wasn't even going to come out here because I was stressing so much, right? And it's not like major stress. Like, I'm doing okay physically, mentally, spiritually. But anything that has to do with my kids, like my teeth, I don't give a shit, right? I'll figure it out, or I'll just go without, you know. Anything that I need, I don't, you know, it's not a priority. Whatever they need is the priority, you know, and you know, I have a lot of regrets from my past, you know, wreckage of the past, as they call it. And, you know, I'm trying to counteract that stuff nowadays. And like I said, I almost didn't come out here because of the little stressors going on. But now that I've done my workout down here, you know, my hike, I feel better. It is still on the, you know, on my mind, but stressing ain't gonna do nothing, right? I still have to take care of this. If I don't take care of this, if I don't take care of me, I'm not gonna be able to take care of that. You know, I come down here, I contemplate what's going on. Maybe I work it through. Maybe I get angry at myself. I guess, you know, but the stress leaves, and then, you know, after that happens, then I can start figuring out solutions, right? What can I do? Okay, I can work longer hours, or I can do this, I can do that, you know. And so this helps me to contemplate and figure out what I need to do in the near future in order to help them in the long term. Hey man, that's where I'm at today. I'll talk to you when I talk to you. Peace. Have a great day. I hope you're getting at it, whatever getting at it is for you.